So let's come into our easy pose. And whatever easy pose looks like for you. And sitting up nice and straight, at the same time, relaxed. Don't tense yourself up, just straighten up your spine, let your shoulders relax down. Let your arms relax down. And your chin, just hold it level to the floor. Close your eyes if you like and breathe. Lots of deep, slow breaths. And each breath you take in, see if you can start to push that belly out just a little bit further each time, sucking in more air and pushing it back out again. And after you inhale the next inhale, try to hold that breath for about 4 heartbeats. And then slowly let it go. And after you pushed all the air out, see if you can hold it again for a couple of heartbeats. And then begin to inhale again. So keep doing that for a few more moments, just breathing, holding the breath, letting it go, hold the breath, and then breathe in again. This is called 4 square breathing. And anytime you feel stressed, anytime you feel a little anxious, this is the way you should start to breathe. It will help to calm you down. Focusing on holding the breath particularly helps to calm the nervous system down. And as you continue to breathe like this, let's see if we can get some noise happening on the exhale by constricting your throat just a little bit, forcing the air through and making a sound like the ocean. So let's keep breathing. Hold the breath. Exhale. Hold the breath. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Hold your breath. And then you can let your eyes float open and start to breathe more normally, rhythmed. So today, when you're doing your turkey, just think about this, because if you start to get stressed, all the stuff you're doing, all the family around you, all the noise, just focus on that breathing just to help to bring you back to center. So let's begin to stretch up, reach up, and exhale down. Inhale up, reaching up. Nice big stretch up. Reach, reach, reach until you can feel the muscles in your arm right to your fingertips reaching, but at the same time, push the shoulders down. Don't let the shoulders crunch up. Reach, 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 reach out, reach out, reach out, extending everything, and then slowly dropping the hands down, really slow. I want you to imagine you're going through water or sand. Same thing when we're inhaling and reaching up. Resist your own movement so it feels like you're lifting weight up. Reach, 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 reach. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale down. Resist as you come down. Slow down your movement. Stretch to your fingertips. Coming up again, reaching up, slowing yourself down, extending those muscles as far as you can out, right out to the fingertips. Watch those shoulders aren't creeping up. Reach, 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 reach. And then slowly dropping down, the right hand only, same thing, pushing it down slowly. Reaching for the floor. And then we're going to start to tip to the side, taking a side bend. And bending the elbow if you want to go a little deeper. Just remember, we're keeping our bum planted. So reach, reach, reach. I want you to be able to feel the stretch coming right up from the hip, up the side of the body, up into your armpit. Reach right over your ear. Stretch, try to touch the other wall. Stretch, breathe. And very, very slowly, let's bring ourselves back upright, reaching up with the right hand. Remember, don't go too fast. Resist your own movement. Coming to the apex and then slowly dropping the left side down. Or the opposite side that you did the last time. Start to tip over and bend and stretch and reach. Reach, reach, reach. Just when you think you've reached far enough, try to reach a little bit more. You can bend your elbow, but keep your bum planted. Stretch. Breathe. And very slowly, let's come back up again. Bringing the left hand up really slow, resisting that movement, tightening those muscles. Reach for the ceiling, relax those shoulders away from your ears, and reach. Let's go again on each side. Dropping the right hand down nice and slow. Tipping to the side. Stretching and reaching for the wall. Take a few slow, deep breaths here. See if you can create that 4 square breathing again. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Hold your breath. And as you inhale, let's come back up. Reaching up. Hold your breath. Exhale. The other side down. Start to tip. Stretch, stretch, stretch as far as you can. And let's do that 4 square breath. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And when you're ready to inhale again, start coming up nice and slow. Drop your shoulders and reach for the ceiling. Let's twist to the right this time. So inhale, stretch up, exhale. Bring the right hand behind you, left hand towards your lap. Sitting up nice and straight, really lift up in the ribcage area. And start to gently, gently push that right shoulder back and your chin can follow. Relax your shoulders and drop down a bit. Keep twisting, keep the pressure on, and breathe deeply and slowly. Slowly start turning back toward the front. And as you do that, start to raise your arms up toward the ceiling. Reach for the ceiling. And then slowly, let's twist to the left. Now you notice I'm going nice and slow today. Slowing down your movement requires a little more muscle control. So we're working those muscles just in a little different way than we normally do. Lengthening up through the rib cage, gently pushing that left shoulder back and turning your chin that way too, as far as you can. And let's breathe. Each breath, see if you can just go that little teensy bit deeper. Coming slowly back to center as you inhale, raise the arms up. Reach for the ceiling. And then let's exhale into prayer position. Inhale, slowly push up through the center. This time we're keeping the palms together, so you're going to keep those shoulders relaxed. We're going to push up as high as we can. Push the shoulders back. So we're going to bring those elbows up alongside of our ears, pushing up, pushing up. Take an inhale. Exhale, coming back down again. Inhale, pushing up through the center. Drop your shoulders, relax them. Try not to lift them up with your arms. It's a little more difficult when you're doing this one, but instead push the elbows back. Trying to bring that hands right over top of your head. Push the elbows back, open up the front of the chest. Inhale, lift up just a little higher, and exhale back down into prayer. Inhale back up, reach back up, slowly coming up again. And this time, as you start to raise above your head, you can separate the hands again, reaching up for the ceiling, spreading those fingers out. Rotate the palms so they're facing away from you. Start to imagine you're pushing against the walls, pushing, 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 pushing. And then slowly come down, palms pressing outward. Feel how the sensation feels doing that. Where do you feel it? And what does it feel like? Rotate the palms forward. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring the palms toward each other in front of you. Inhale as you open up. Hold your breath. Exhale as you come toward your hands toward each other. Let's do that once more. Opening up, spread the fingers wide. Open up, push back just a little further this time. As far back as you can. Inhale, bring the arms forward, touching palms together, coming back into prayer. And just breathe here in prayer position for a breath. Inhale, reach up through the center. When you get just above your head, you can open up, reach up for the ceiling, stretch up, drop the shoulders down. Take another inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're going to bow to the earth. Let's come down nice and slow. And as soon as you need to, touch the floor. If you think you don't need to touch the floor, bring your hands behind you and lace your fingers together if you can. Or grab the back of your blanket or your mat and let your tummy come down. Tighten up those muscles in your abdominals, please. And then just hovering here. Now, if you're hovering and you haven't been touching the floor, you're going to really make sure those abdominal muscles are engaged. If you're touching the floor, you're just going to keep walking and stretching out as much as you can. So breathe, 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 breathe. Try not to let your bum lift up. You might feel the pressure coming off of it, but don't let it come up in the air. Don't do a head dive. Breathe, breathe, breathe. See if you can get your forehead to the floor, even if your arms are stretched out. Tighten your tummy up. Inhale, coming back up again. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them behind you this time. And if you can't reach your hands together, you can just reach and grab the back of your cushion or your mat. And we're going to push our fingers into the floor or our knuckles, whichever one, and squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, lift up your chest, lift up your rib cage. Feel your back arch slightly, lift your chin, inhaling, exhale as you relax it back. You want to feel that stretch right up the front of the neck. So let the head dangle back. Breathe. Release, slowly come upright. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, let's come into prayer position. So we're going to switch our feet up. We've been sitting this way for a long time, so we're just going to give our legs a break and switch them around. So whatever one was closer, you're going to bring it forward. Whatever one was farther out, you're going to bring it back. We're going to inhale up again, nice big stretch up. Remember, keeping the shoulders relaxed, reach, reach, reach. And once again, we're going to come into the forward fold from this position. So we're going to bow to the earth. And if you want to bring your hands behind your back, tighten up your abdominals, you can do that. If you're feeling a little lazier this time, just bring the hands down when you need to touch down. So inhale, reach up, exhale. Let's do a little bit of a dive. Keep your bottom touching. Just push, push, push the belly down. Tighten your belly up though. Relax your head down toward the floor. If you've got your hands behind you, start to raise the hands up toward the ceiling. If you don't have your hands behind you, you're going to stretch out as much as you can till you feel your muscles in your arms talking to you. If you have your hands behind your back, you're going to swoop them forward, bring them down onto the mat in front of you. Stay up on your fingertips. Stretch out as much as you can. Drop your belly down a little more now. Not having to use the muscles as much, so let it relax down. And then very slowly, let's walk our fingers over toward the right knee. Keep your bum planted down. And you want to feel a stretch coming up the side. So as soon as you feel that stretch, just breathe there and see if you can take it just little increments further and further. Remember, we can't lift up our bum, so don't start lifting up your cheek to get there. And breathe. Nice and slow. We're going to walk our hands all the way over to the other side. Feet planted down. Stretch it out. Once you've got as far as you can, or at least you think you can, because now you're feeling that stretch, just breathe here and then just teeny little movements to see if you can take it just a little further on this side. And then let's come back to center, staying up on your fingertips, stretch out, reach out as far as you can, and then let your head drop toward the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. Slowly walk your hands back toward the body. Coming upright again. Let's inhale, reach up. Remember, we're going nice and slow today. No speedy Gonzalez. And then exhale, slowly coming down, stretching out, but stretching back at the same time, bringing the arms back behind you, grabbing your fingers or grabbing your blanket. You can't quite touch. You've got a strap. You could always use straps here. Lacing the fingers together. We're going to lift the hands up off the floor if you're at that point. If you're only hanging onto your mat, you're just going to work on trying to inch those fingers closer. Lift up if you've got your hands laced. So you feel the shoulders engaged. You can inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, drop your head back, lift your chin up, and breathe here. And then slowly release. Inhale the arms up, just as slow as we did the first time. Let's go up, 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 reaching up. Drop your shoulders, make sure they're relaxed. Reach for the ceiling, and then coming into prayer. Coming down into prayer position. And let's just sit in prayer for a moment. I want you to take note of what you feel and where you feel it. Not to judge it, but just to become aware of the body. We're going to come over onto our hands and knees now. And once you get up, you can shake your legs out because they're probably down kind of numb. Okay. Make sure you have a block handy, okay? Knees are separated. Hands are generally under the shoulder. Knees are under your hips. Your toes can do whatever feels good for your ankles. When I first started yoga, I could not flatten my ankles out, so I always had my toes tucked. It took me a little while to get to the point I'm at now. It's still one ankle is not that flat, so I'm still working on it. So let's inhale and lift our tailbone up toward the ceiling. And then lift our chin up. And then very slowly, we're going to tuck both. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, pull your belly button up toward your rib cage. Push all your air out. Hold your breath here. Slowly inhale. Coming back up, lifting the tailbone and the chin. Coming into cow. Hold your breath. Then slowly exhale into cat. Really push that air out, push against your palms. Hold your breath. Slowly start to inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chin. And hold your breath, and then slowly exhale into cat. Come back to flat back. We're going to do a cat stretch now. So using the right hand first and the left leg, we're going to stretch it out. Nice big stretch. Find your balance. Look at the front of your mat. That helps. You look down, you might lose your balance. And then we're going to drop that down, stretch the other side. Don't let your leg get too high in the air. That'll throw you off too. Nice big stretch, stretch, stretch. And drop it down. So we're going to continue to do that with the exception of after the stretch, we're going to do an elbow to knee touch. So let's reach out. Nice big stretch out. And then elbow to knee crunch. Stretch out. Elbow to knee crunch. Go nice and slow. Makes it just a little more challenging for the muscles. Reach out, one more. Elbow to knee crunch. And then come back to all fours and we'll switch sides. Right, left hand, right leg, stretch it out and crunch it in. Slowly stretch out and crunch in. One more, stretch it out and crunch it in. And come back to all fours. We're going to go to do the hydrant again. That's the one where it looks like dog's taking a pee. So very slowly, we're going to lift up our leg to the side. Have a look. See where we're peeing? Drop it down. Let's go the other side. Lift it up. Have a look. See what's going on. Drop it down. So we're going to add on to that. So we're going to inhale, lift it up. Push it back, drop it down. Switch sides. Inhale it up, push it back, drop it down. The left side again. Lift it up, push it back, drop it down. Right side, lift it up, push it back, drop it down. So now we're going to do it in the opposite direction that we just did. So now we're going to lift up the left leg. We're going to push it back. We're going to lift it up and drop it down. Push back the right leg. Lift it up, bend the knee, come into the hydrant, and then drop it down. Let's do it again on the other side. Left leg out. Bend it in, lift it up, and drop it down. Push it back, bring it into the hydrant, and drop it down. Let's push back into child pose. You can pick the child pose you prefer. If you need to do wide leg, do it. If you don't need to do it, let's go into the regular child pose. Grabbing back of your feet if you can, and really curling into a nice little ball. Bringing your forehead down toward the floor. Trying to breathe here. Slow, deep breaths. Don't forget, hold, and then exhale, and hold, and then inhale. Hold, exhale, hold, inhale. 2 more. Follow your own breath. And let's come back up, come back to all fours. Let's come into the downward facing dog. So we're gonna plant our hands down. And if you find down dog is not for you today, you can come into downward facing puppy, which is basically, actually, let's all do down puppy. Stretch your arms out, drop your head between your arms and lift your tail up into the air and wag it. Keep melting your heart toward the floor. Wag your tail. So this is a lot of load on the low back. If you're finding any pain in the low back, just back it up a bit. If you're not, keep letting that heart and belly melt down. Lift that tail up. Come forward slightly so that you're on your elbows. Walk those elbows back towards you. You don't want to injure your back trying to lift up. And then we're all going to come into the downward facing dog. So lift the hips, press the palms into the floor, fingers are nicely spread. Let your head relax between your arms. Lift your tail up into the air and wag it. You can pump your heels toward the mat. If your heels touch, fantastic. But if they don't freak out about that. It requires a long Achilles and very flexible Achilles tendon to do a foot plant. I've seen people do it, but they get their feet really close like this. That's not down dog. The more elongated you are, the better. Look toward your hands, start to walk your feet toward the hands. Hang on to the floor as long as you can. Bend your knees if you have to. And then start to straighten the legs up and dangle. And if you need a block to bring the floor closer, don't be afraid to do that. The more, if you have the ability to touch the floor, then look at if you can straighten your legs a little more. And that might require you using the block too. So even for me, in order to be able to straighten my legs out a lot more, I have to come up in the air a bit. So I'm using the block. So we're going to do a little bit of hamstring stretching. So we're going to bend our knees, take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten your legs. Inhale, relax. Exhale, push up. Inhale, relax. Exhale, push up. Relax. Push up. One more. Relax. And then straighten up. And then dangle and let your knees be soft. And just dangle here. Come up in a reverse swan dive. So let's come up nice and slow. Everything is slow today. Stretch and reach up. And then exhale into prayer and then into your mountain pose and find your stance in mountain pose. Make sure your feet are balanced. Make sure you're not trying to stand too close together or too far apart. Just find that perfect place. Usually your feet are right under your hips where you feel very, very grounded. And once you find that, we're just going to stand here for a moment and start to tighten up everything. So tighten up the muscles in your legs, engage them. Tighten your bum, tighten your abdominals. Bring your shoulders back, open the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades in. Palms are facing forward. Extend the fingers, open wide. Chin level to the mat, and then engage the muscles in your face by smiling. Put on your beautiful smile. Take another breath, inhale. Hold, exhale. Hold. Bring your palms together, hold your breath. Inhale as you come up. Push up. Exhale, side bend to the right, nice and slow. When you're tipping over, keep both feet pressing down. Just like you had your bum cheeks pressing down, this time it's your feet pressing down. Stretch, 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 reach for the floor, reach for the other side of the room. Beautiful, beautiful. Inhale. Slowly bring that bottom arm up as you tip up. Exhale. Right over to the other side. Reach for the floor, reach for the other side of the room. Feel the stretching in your body. You want to make sure you're feeling that stretch happening. Inhale, slowly come up, tighten your abdominals too while you're doing this. Exhale, let's tip to the other side again. I like to keep my eyes closed when I do this because it just allows me to focus on what I'm doing, not what I'm seeing. Inhale, slowly come back up again. That also makes you do a little bit of extra balancing work. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale slowly up. Exhale, let's come into a back bend. Just push the hips forward, just tip back. Tighten your abdominal muscles to support your back. Inhale, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, let's swan dive all the way down. Forward fold. Reach for the floor, halfway lift. Lift your tailbone and your chin. Exhale, fold again. Notice that the floor is a lot closer now than it was before you stretched out. And then we're going to step back our left foot. So either touching into your block or to the floor, you're going to step back your left foot, come into warrior one. Do your check before you come up. Are my feet on either side of that imaginary line? Is my heel able to make contact with the mat? My front knee is in line mostly with my ankle. And if I come all the way upright and glance down over my nose, I can see my toes wiggling down there. My hips are facing forward. My hips are not drifting over to the side because if that's starting to happen, that just means you need to control the muscles in here. So tighten up and come back, bring your shoulders back square to the front. Inhale the arms up, reach for the ceiling. And we're reaching and reaching and pressing that back heel down. Reach, reach, reach. Stretch, look up toward the ceiling. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to come into the humble warrior. So you can grab your thigh if you need balance here. Otherwise, bring the arms back. Tighten up the belly. Reach behind you. Let your chest come down to your thigh. Bring your arms up toward the ceiling. And then slowly inhale all the way back up again. Lots of tension in the belly. Reach up. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, forward fold. Right over the leg. So here, if your block is handy, you can grab it. If you don't have it handy enough, so you don't spoil where you are, either grab below your knee or just above your knee. And we're gonna take the left arm, put it behind our back, lift our shoulder up to the ceiling. Look to the side first, find your balance, lift the shoulder up, see how high you can lift it. Ideally, you want to stack the shoulders. So that's not possible. You're just going to be working on lifting that shoulder up till you can stack them. If you're able to stack the shoulders, then you can lift your arm up and reach for the ceiling. And breathe. Exhale, drop the shoulder down. Inhale, bend the front knee as you come back up and reach for the ceiling again. Take another inhale, exhale, reach for the floor or your block. And then we're going to push off the back foot, step it forward, inhaling to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse the swan dive. Let's come back up. And then exhale into prayer. Inhale, push up. Exhale, side bend to the right, nice and slow and steady. Show the air out. Inhale, slowly, slowly coming up. Tighten up those belly muscles. Exhale, drop the left hand down to the side. Side bend to the left. Slowly come up. Inhale, up again. Exhale, little back bend. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Halfway lift. Fold. Stepping the right foot back this time. Nice big step back. Same as before. Do your checklist. Can you plant your heel down? Are your feet separated? Coming upright. Are your hips facing forward? Inhale, reach up. Look down. Can you see your toes? If you can't, scooch that foot forward till you can. Keep pressing that back heel down. Reach, reach, reach. Stretch up. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly come into the humble warrior. Humble warrior. Don't forget, just don't have those arms behind you. You're stretching and reaching for the ceiling with your fingers laced. Inhale. Unless you can't touch them together. That's the only time they're separated. Inhale up. Reach up for the ceiling. Relax the shoulders. Don't let them scrunch up there by your ears. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, forward fold. Tightening up that belly as we come down. And then we're going to take this time our right hand behind our back. Lift the right shoulder up. And just like before, if you can see the ceiling easily, if your shoulders are stacked, you can reach for it. If not, you're working on the lift. Breathe. Exhale, relax back down again. Inhale back up. Bend the front knee as you come up, back up into warrior one. Inhale, and then exhale down, reach for the floor, stepping the right foot back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And reverse your swan dive. Exhale into prayer. Stand for a moment in mountain pose, just standing and breathing and feeling. Palms together, inhale, push up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale up. Little back bend. Inhale up and then swan dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold, touch your fingers to the mat. Now we're stepping into warrior two. So let's take a big step back, big as you can. Line those heels up this time before you come up. Line the ankle and the knee up. Come up. Tighten this belly up as you come up. Remember, if coming up is difficult, you've got a thigh. Use it. That's why God made it so big. So that it had lots of power there to help you come up, lots of stability. Once you're in position, see if you can widen up your feet even more. Check your back foot. Make sure it's on an angle. Make sure the toes appear to be more toward the center than your heel does. Look down from upright. Can you see these toes down here? You can't. Scooch that foot forward. Turn the shoulders so the shoulders are facing opposite walls, and then reach out. And take a breath here. You're going to look over the middle finger. Just breathe. Relax the shoulders. Reach. Stretch. Drop the back hand down, front palm up, reach up, stretch up. Have a look at that palm. You can let go of your leg, let go of your leg, your arm behind your back. Find the balance there, tighten your abdominals. Keep them tight. Inhale. Exhale, let's do a side angle. You can use your leg for leverage, or you can let go and let's just use these. Know your body. If you don't feel comfortable, if it's not feeling good or balanced, don't not hold on to here. Once you're here and you're feeling balanced, you can always see if you can let go. But it requires a lot of abdominal work here. Tipping over, making sure this shoulder is dropped toward the knee. This one is pointing to the ceiling, and reach over. Breathe here. This is a balanced posture once you let go as well. Breathe and reach. Inhale, slowly come up back into warrior two. Drop your hands down, turn your toes in. Hands on your hips. Let's do a forward fold. Wide leg stance. Reach for the floor. If you're reaching for the floor, start to try to reach behind you. See if you can reach behind your feet. Relax, relax, relax. Don't bend your knees, but the rest of you relaxes and dangles. Now let's see if we can grab our ankles. You can grab your ankles and let your head dangle. Great. If that's still too much for your muscles, just grab the floor, grab your block. We're going to take our right hand, we're going to put it under our face, we're going to take our left hand behind our back, we're going to inhale, slowly take a look over to the left. Lift that left shoulder up as high as we can. Exhale it down, switch hands. Right hand behind your back, lift the right shoulder up. Let's look over to the right this time. And drop that down. Let's do it one more time on each side. So switch hands. Now the right hand's behind on the floor. Left behind your back. Let's lift up. Lift that shoulder up as high as you can. Drop it down. Switch sides. Lift the right shoulder up. And drop it down. Walk the hands back to between the feet. And then see if you can walk them behind the feet. If you can't, don't worry. And then see if you can let go of the floor. Put your hands behind your back. And inhale your head up nice and slow. Tighten your tummy up to help. And then we're just going to come from here. We're going to change our position. So you may not be able to see me if you're doing this, if you're facing the camera right now. But you're just going to point your left foot toward the front of your mat. Sure your heels are lined up. Bend your knee. And then you're going to push your right heel back. So now you've switched your warrior two position. So now you have the left leg forward, right leg back. And reach out. And then look over your middle finger. Breathe here. Let's drop the back hand down. Turn the front hand up. Reach for the ceiling. Tighten up your abdominals. Lean back a little bit. See if you can let go of your leg if you're using it for support. And breathe. Take an inhale. Exhale. Bring that right arm down. And the left arm comes over your head. And if you can let go, let go. If you can't, work on it. Tighten up these belly muscles. Stretch and reach. Slowly, let's come back into warrior two again. Release your hands down, turn your toes back in, so we're back in the wide leg stance. See if you can widen up a bit more. Hands behind your back. Slowly tighten your belly up, lift your tailbone, let's come down, head first, all the way down. Lift your arms up toward the ceiling. If you can't lace hands together, then just lift both hands up toward the ceiling. Keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting. Breathe. Release your arms, reach for the floor. And then we're going to either walk our hands over to the right foot, or we can let go, hang on to your ankles, or hang on to place your hands behind your back. Bend your right knee, shift your weight over to the right, coming into the side lunge. Let's breathe here. Come back to center, bend your left knee, shift your weight over to the left. Take a breath. Come back to center. Let's go one more time. Bend the right knee, shift over to the right. Come back to center, bend the left knee, shift to the left. Come back to center, drop your hands. Take a little break here. Just see if you can walk those hands back behind you again. And then we're going to come back up. So you might want to just heel toe your feet a little bit closer together if you really spread yourself out when you got down here. Hands behind the back, lace your fingers together if you can. Inhale, lift the head up. Start pushing the hands toward the floor. So you're going to tip back just a little bit, lift your chin up. Lift the chin to the ceiling, push the hands back to the floor. And release. We're just going to heel toe in a tiny bit. And we're going to come into one goddess squat. So get ready. Palms together. Knees are going to shoot out over your toes. Back is nice and straight. Palms pressing in. Inhale. As you exhale, open up your arms. Push your knees out. Drop your seat down. And we're going to have a breath here. So if this is too much, come back up and try coming down again. But if you can, hang in here for a couple of breaths. Keep breathing. Feel those thighs doing their work and feel your abdominals crunching in. Okay, inhale, come back up into prayer. Now we're going to cartwheel over. Do a downward facing dog. Into your down dog. Drop to your knees. Push back into child pose. Wide leg or closed, I don't care. Take a breath here. And slowly come up over onto your bottom. And come down onto your back. We're just going to cool down for Shavasana, so grab a blanket if you like. Just going to throw my blanket over my feet. Down, nice and slow. Let your arms relax out. If you feel here like you want to just roll on your back a little bit, just roll side to side in circles. Drop your knees to one side, come up. Drop them to the other side, come up. Or do none of that if you don't feel like you need it right now, and then just stretch out for your Shavasana. Take up lots of space. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And every breath you take, let your body start to really let go. Really let go. Start to melt everything. Let your legs melt down. Let your belly relax. Let your shoulders get soft and melt into the floor. Let your palms face up so your fingers can curl. Let your jaw relax. And finally, let your breathing relax. Don't think about it anymore. Let your mind drift away. Take it to a beautiful place, a place where you feel so at peace. And just go and spend time there. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, gently waking your body up. And then give yourself a beautiful, long, full body stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Oh, that feels great. And then bring your knees up and give yourself a nice big hug and just rock gently on your back a couple of times, back and forth. And then when you feel ready, just roll right over onto one side. Doesn't matter which side. And take a few breaths here. Don't jump up. Just appreciate right now how relaxed you feel. And then when you feel ready, you can make your way up to a seated position. So holiday time can be stressful, can be involving a lot of preparation, a lot of activity, a lot of time spent with family members and parties and different things going on. So make sure you give yourself opportunity, and this video is going to be specifically for de-stressing the body. If you've done this video, you probably right now are feeling much more relaxed than you might have felt when you started. It's a combination of both stretching and a little bit of challenging. So think about if you're getting into a place where you're feeling very stressed, just do a little bit of this yoga, get yourself back to a calm place, and enjoy the holidays as much as you can. Let's close this class by chanting Om. So we're going to take a breath in and out first, and then we're going to inhale for Om. So let's inhale, exhale, inhaling for Om. Om. Rub your hands together, generating some heat, some prana. And as you do this, think of places inside you right now that maybe are niggly talking to you. Close your eyes, place your palms over your closed eyes, and when you breathe in, open them. Send that energy right down to that place it needs to go, and on your exhale, palms to ceiling, sending energy back into the universe, but skipping up some to take back to your heart center. Namaste. By the way, if you would rather have a longer Shavasana during watching this video, just pause the video, set a timer, take 10, 15-minute Shavasana. Shavasana is a wonderful way to allow your body to absorb all of the energy that you've generated with your prana. So until next time, bye for now.